I'm very glad to be here today. One reason is you all who have been working with Venerable Nissarano, today you want to send your positive thoughts and to share with him when he is undergoing treatment. You all want to show him or send your positive thoughts. That is why you all are here, and I am very happy that you invited me to be with you in this noble, what you are doing is very noble, and I'm so happy to be with all of you today. And today's program, as Mr. Jayant discussed with me, you have been working for a few years now, and you are a practicing group. You all come together and work with Venerable Nissarano, and in a way, going beyond identities, you all as human beings come together and try to practice what is, that is what you have been doing. So I am happy, very happy to be here today. What I am thinking to do here, to have a small introductory, maybe 30 minutes, and then we all together do Metta meditation, loving kindness meditation. That is what we are going to do today. To start this program, I like to share a few of my thoughts with you. I am from eastern part of Sri Lanka, and when I grew there, my father had friends from all the communities. So I was privileged to have so many uncles and aunts from all the communities. And I have spent days, when my holiday comes, I have gone to Pothuwil, Kalmone, and some of my family had, the relatives from Tamil community. So that was the beautiful part of my story, my own journey. And so from very beginning, I could develop my, to work with all the people and to see people as, our identities are something later developments, but we are human beings. And when I became a monk, then I didn't know what Buddhism is. It was my, what I wanted to be a monk when I was 13, and then I became a monk. And after that, I, as an ordinary young monk in a monastery in Gaul, I learned all those, how to do rituals, and, chanting and all these things. And in my journey, once, I'm sure it is okay to share with you, my elder brother was in security forces, and as most of those who lost their loved ones, I lost my elder brother. And there it was very difficult for me to bear, and it was very painful. And until then, I had been preaching about impermanence, how to face such situations and all that. And here I was experiencing, my own. Until then I was preaching to those people. Now I am experiencing. It was very difficult. One evening, I was sitting under a tree outside the monastery. There I started developing loving kindness. Until then, the way I did was very mechanical, kind of, may I be well, may I be happy, and, mama suwapat vemva, niduk vemva, so on. There, while sitting there, I developed my thoughts. Whoever who happened to take a gun against my brother, May he or she be well. May he or she be happy. If that person is no more like my brother, may that person also find the ultimate peace in his or her journey. Once I thought in that manner, I felt I am relieved. Something I was carrying in me, something very heavy, I felt I was free. And there I understood what exactly Metta. Metta is healing. Metta is not something knowledge, something to write on an answer script in an exam. It is something your own, and it is something you practice, and it is something you can experience. And this is where I started a different journey, and that really changed my life. So I like to share this with you. What I am sharing with you, this loving kindness, is something healed me, something helped me to see things beyond what we used to see. And later on, I got a chance. I was a member of Mandela Dialogue Program. About 30 people who came from all over the world came together in Batticaloa for this second workshop. I was there, and the organizers invited me, and they allocated me 20 minutes to do something to start the program. There I got their permission, and I did the same Metta meditation with them. There, with their permission, I added a little bit of my own experience. There I said, I was sitting on the floor, and those who, they were either on the floor or on chairs. In the meditation, I add, my eldest brother faced that unfortunate incident about 40 kilometers away from this place. Please join with me. Whoever who happened to take a gun, again the same thing. Once the program ended, they all came to me, and they said they felt it. It was something connected to them, and they could connect it with their own experience. People from Albania or Argentina, So, and there, in this program, we had a chance to go for several, we could select either to go to meet interfaith group in Batticaloa, or to go to Butterfly Garden where children of all the communities come together, or to meet ex-combatant. I selected the third one, to go to see ex-combatant. That was the first time and there I was sitting with the people here, and the other side of the table, there were 5 people, ex-combatant. There were 2 women and 3 men. And both the women were, disabled. And they narrated their story. First time so far I was developing loving kindness to whoever who happened to take a gun against my brother. Whoever. Then I didn't have a face. Someone who doesn't have a face. Someone here, someone before me, and a human being like me narrating her own story. And there, when I listened to their story, I felt strongly there is nothing called my healing until I do something to heal my other, the other that I think, whoever. And that is the second step of my journey, turning point. I'm sharing these things. I think these are important for us to understand how important this kind of thoughts to develop, and to see the other person as a human being, and to see no one is born to be a war hero or terrorist. All are born as human. and it is the context that there are so many other factors that create situations, someone to become, so we together can change, we together can develop a situation that everyone feel happy, everyone feel safe, everyone start loving each other, caring each other, that we are the people who can do it, and developing our thoughts, love and care. And so, I think more than anything, this country and the world needs, I think, compassion, loving kindness, love. And particularly, the society that we are living, people are with wounds. So many occasions they have got wounds. Since we have paid little attention to healing, we tend to continue wounding. If I didn't heal myself, I tend to wound others because I am with wounds, I am with pain, and easily you can agitate me. Easily I will be agitated. Easily I will use harsh words against someone. When I heal, and then it is not easy to arouse me. So, and when we have so many occasions in our recent past where people have got wounds and little attention to heal ourselves, I think metta, loving kindness, is very much needed this society. In our families, in our schools, in our working spaces and everywhere, in our monasteries and all the other religious spaces. So it is so nice all of you have been working with Venerable Nissarano and developing that kind of community together. And I want to share with you, all the religions has two parts of knowledge. One is some certain universal things, love, care, compassion, and sharing, brotherhood, and all these are, I think, universal things. And all the religions has contextual things. Something like, imagine the dress I am wearing. This has nothing to do with the universal teaching of Buddhism. This is how those people at that time, wear their dress. So the color was different, but this was the dress that even ordinary people wear. And out of that, a certain, different cloth is created to identify, to identify from the lay people. And now, if I want to wear something to cover this part of the body, and people will look at me and why he is changing the cloth, and because these contextual things we take as universal. And this is the same to any other religion. There are contextual things. When the religion starts somewhere, maybe in Middle East or central, the Middle Ganga Valley, or there are things that is particular to that region, the environment, the culture, and those are not the universal truths. Universal truths are what is we all can share wherever, and those are the important things. And sometimes we tend to very strongly hold those contextual things. And things, these are the truths and we cannot change. But it is not, what is most important things are the universal teachings. when we highlight those contextual things, we will see we each other, we are different, we are separated, we are far away. When we see those universal teachings, we see we are so close and we have nothing much difference. So what we have to do is to highlight more and more what are universal, what we all can share, what we all can see very valuable and important. And Metta or loving kindness is something universal. That is, we all can share. Whatever the religion you practice, that doesn't matter. You can practice this meditation. This, you can pray your God. You can practice your religion, and this is nothing, nothing there that is harmful to your belief. And in this program, what I try to do, to go for guided meditation and then together maybe around 10 minutes silent meditation together. And to go for that, before that, I like to everyone to listen to Karaniya Metta Sutta, where this the teaching comes. I mean, this teaching is there in many sutras, but this is particularly very close to every one of us. And so when I need, I will, Mr. Jayanta will play that. There, in that, we have the translations there. In this sutra, you will see all the living beings. It talks about all the living beings, but you will see it doesn't identify as, naming them deer, rat, or cow. No, only those, weak or strong, long or short, big, medium-sized or small, subtle or gross, those visible or invisible. That means it doesn't identify. This is something very important, and I think let's go to, let's first listen to the Karaniya Metta Sutra. And while you hear it, please try to go through the translation. And after that, we will start the program.
Sakko ujuca sujuca suachoca mudu anatimani santussa koja sukaroca apakichoca sallavukavati santindriyoca nipakoca apagapo Naja kuddam samachare kinchi yena vinyo pare upavadiyo sukhino va kemino hontu satte satta bhavantu sukhi tattha ye kechi palago Vigavai mahantava majjima Vyaro parang nikubbetu nadi vanyetu kata jinam kanchi Vyaro sena patiga sanya nanya manyasa tukha vitriya Mata yata niyam puttam ayusa eka putta manurakti evam pi sabbhutesu manasam bhavani aparimanam mettanca sabbhalokasmin manasam bhavani aparimanam buddham adocha diriyancha asambhadam averam asapattam Tittang charang nisinno va sayano va yavatassa vigatamitu etang sating aditteya brahmanitam viharam idamam ditting cha anupagam silava Dasamina sampanno kamesu vinayatidam nanijatu gapasiyam punari.
I'm sure here we saw that identification is very less. There was nothing about human being. There was nothing about person, and the shapes are talked about, long, short, and then certain qualities, weak, strong, and no, only identification we see is just as a mother would protect her only child with her own life. There only there is identification, mother and child, and that's the So we all belongs to those maybe our shapes and not as human beings. This is something we start developing loving kindness without identifying as person, and then certain ideas will come, certain our own judgments will come about this or that. But here we don't, only the shapes, mainly shapes are discussed. And here it is explained what is loving kindness. It is the mother's love, just as a mother would protect her only child with her own life. This is the moment I think the loving kindness goes, when mother sees her only child facing a risk, and then the mother decides, I will risk my life to protect my child. That is the level. That is the thought the Buddha advise us to develop. It is not the mother's love that she has always, in a particular moment, and that is what we all are trying to develop. Here we will now, let's go for meditation. Right? Living in the present moment, or anapanasati, is to live with awareness or be aware all the time. That is satipatthana when we discuss about the meditation. Metta bhavana means the practice of metta. It is a phrase in the Pali language. Metta means love, like a mother loves her child. It means caring, compassion, friendliness or kindness, hence loving kindness for short. It is an emotion, something you feel in your heart. Bhavana means development or cultivation. So, Metta Bhavana means cultivating loving kindness. Now, let's sit comfortably, stretch your body, and it will be helpful to close your eyes to concentrate. Have 3 deep breathing and relax your body. Here, even for a few moments, we give up all thoughts of ill will, all thoughts of harmfulness. We wish everyone, starting with ourselves, those dear to us, those neutral to us, and even those disagreeable to us, to be well and happy. This will create the necessary conditions to heal our hearts and allow our minds to respond calmly and compassionately in all situations without giving into anger, which can escalate to hate and violence. First, we develop metta towards ourselves, caring our body and our mind. We start by becoming aware of ourselves and focusing on feelings of peace, calm, and tranquility. No matter what, we can and we must love and care for ourselves. Repeating, may I be well, may I be happy, and the way to be well and happy is by letting go all thoughts of ill will towards anyone and all thoughts of harmfulness. So, may I be free from ill will, may I be free from thoughts of harmfulness. Then we think of a person dear to us, dear to you. In this case, we will think of Venerable Nissarano. Bring him to your minds as vividly as you can, and think of his good qualities. Think of the great, noble work he has been doing. And let's try to be with him at this moment. May he be well. May he be happy. May he be free from ill will. May he be free from thoughts of harmfulness. The same manner, think of all the people who are dear to you. Feel your connection with those dear persons and your liking for them, and encourage these to grow by repeating, may they be well. May they be happy. May they be free from ill will. May they be free from thoughts of harmfulness. Then think of someone you neither like or dislike. A person neutral to you. This may be someone you do not know well, but see around. Include them in your thoughts and feelings of metta. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be free from ill will. May they be free from thoughts of harmfulness. Then think of someone you dislike, a disagreeable person, someone you are having difficulty with. Trying not to get caught up in any feelings of anger. Think of them positively and send your metta to them as well. May they be well. May they be happy. May I have not feelings of ill will towards them. May they be free from ill will. May I have no thoughts of harmfulness towards them. May they be free from thoughts of harmfulness. In the final stage, first of all, let's think of all four people together. Ourselves, the friend, the neutral person, and the disagreeable person. May all be well. May all be happy. May I have not feelings of ill will towards anyone. May all be free from ill will. May I have no thoughts of harmfulness towards anyone. May all be free from thoughts of harmfulness. Let's extend our thoughts and feelings further to everyone around us, to everyone in our neighborhood, in our town, our country, and so on, throughout the world, with a special consideration to children who have lost their parents, parents who have lost their children, wives who have lost their husbands, husbands who have lost their wives, those who have lost their partners, all those who are suffering due to the loss of their loved ones. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be free from ill will. May all be free from thoughts of harmfulness. And let the mind settle in this feeling of loving kindness, metta, universal friendliness. with that very peaceful, pleasant thought, let's come to the end of this program. Dukkhapatta ca nidukkha, bhayapatta ca nibbhaya, sokapatta ca nissoka, hontu sabbe pipanino. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-stuck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may beings find relief. You are planning to show this program to Venerable Nissarano. Okay, so that will be great, something we together, and that is what, we all feel that we are thinking of someone and we are with that person, and that thought, that positive thought will be very helpful for him to recover soon and come back and to start his service, the noble journey. Yeah. And perhaps if anyone like to say something to Venerable Nissarano, that also will be good, right? Yes.
Do you have any thoughts about how you can institute loving kindness in a large commercial organization? How you actually institutionalize it and make it part of the value system of the organization?
Well, first thing is try to be, live, how to say that, walk the talk, that is what we try to live with that. And when you come to our institute, it is something we are trying to develop as a safe space. Whoever who comes, you won't feel that you are not part of it. And very less symbols are there, signs and symbols that separate us. And at the entrance we have put up a small notice that identities such as nationality and all those identities mainly decided by one's birth, and enter into these premises having let go those identities that are mainly decided by your birth. So enter into the space as someone. And very recently we had a discussion how someone with a pottu or something comes and see that this says enter into this premises having let go all those identities, then how that person will feel that. So we are going to change it and come with that identity having going beyond what so we are trying, we are in a way, even when you see this translation and when I read it now, there it says, let him cultivate boundless thoughts, let him, not her. And there we were not mindful about that, we always think, start him or her, him and his, that he. And so this is a journey we are trying to develop and make a space where you feel that you are welcome and to spread this wherever we get the chance to talk. And yes, we don't know how to, if we can convince, when we go further it will happen to include these kind of thoughts in our school system, and how to nurture children. And so that is how we see. Once I got the chance to address in a school in Kobeigane, and I was addressing the school teachers few years back, and there I discussed the non-violence, the message of non-violence, and when we use violence, it creates counter-violence, and maybe with good idea, good motives, one may punish physically, corporal punishment against children, that we don't know how much harm is done by that, So try to develop other methods of, there, I got little bit of resistance, and the monk who was teaching there, he said, even I have been beaten when I was young, and I am doing the same thing. And the children later, they come and they worship me and say, you people, and by punishing me, you make me a good person. There I said, yes, Venerable Sir, but see, if someone break a glass of this, window, we can assess what is the damage, and we can charge, and how much the damage is. But when you use physical punishment or corporal punishment against the children, the harm that is done we cannot see. Maybe, I have seen grown-up people say, in my young age I could paint, I could draw beautiful pictures. But once I have one friend, and he showed me those paintings, and he has, with pencil, he has drawn a picture of a girl, and that girl was wearing something very short, and when that child showed it to the teacher has thrown it away and say, don't, something like that before other children. And he said, after that I never draw any painting, and now I can't do that. So what it is not easy to convince. This is what we try to do, talk with people and try to convince. And if people feel that this is something, a way of solving problems and have to lead a peaceful life, that is what we are trying to do. So if we do not have any more questions, and let's together again send our positive thoughts to Venerable NISSARANO, and may he be well and come back soon. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you to everyone.